First poem I'm going to read tonight is No Shelter. She embraced good living like a rainstorm, having lost the need to wreck her innocence like a wave attacking a sandcastle. She only drank then and now to do the rain dance, hands outreached to catch droplets of peace. Alcohol and drugs had been a day at the beach that left her raw and burned. The rain turned cold. Maybe it was the week after the baby was born, when he stopped helping out. The gale of old boyfriends picked up, tore at her clothes, taunted her with whispered torrents. In the empty house, she tried to warm herself enough to stop shivering. Embraced by her own naked arms, good living tailed off her into puddles. One is kind of weird. It's titled Fainting Goats. Fainting goats are robots, falling down from all their frauds. As soon as their circuits overload, what they can handle defined by code, switch off to avoid all strife. After the badness happens, they reboot back to life. At a certain point, it's good to be a robot, to not be able to do what you ought, to let the world and yourself fall apart. I apologize for letting my psyche out, but here's the next one. It's also a little weird. It's called Armored Truck. And it's kind of stemmed from, if you see, like in Iraq, the big armored vehicles, the Oshkosh trucks, when they're in traffic, they don't want to stop. So they just kind of nudge their way through. They're big enough, they just knock them out of the way. And I wanted to make an allusion to that. So armored truck. The armored truck rumbles over the debris of you and me and them. The lone driver is neither jostled or aware of our screams. Insulated, climate-controlled, outward instruments turned off, limbs falling on the roof, sound like distant fireworks. Gates give way with a push. The lone driver hears no sound from the stones thrown by the villagers. But eventually the truck arrives in the occupied streets of Allied forces. The lone driver opens a hatch and lays waste to what he was fighting for. Here's another one. I'm not sure where it came from, but it's called An Ask. I guess I'm asking you to tear away my scars with your teeth. Peel at them until your lips are red and you taste the iron of my blood on your tongue. I don't want to poison you, but I might ask that you dissolve my hurts inside you. There was no need. At your funeral, my organs floated, bumped against my bones. My breath saturated my teeth, but I couldn't expel it. I had to curl my toes to keep my feet in my shoes. The ground was already pulling you into itself, its fingers on your jowls. A vortex beneath your skin was siphoning you away. There was no need. We were already so far apart. Yeah. And I guess I'll end maybe a little bit of savoring. This poem is from a long time ago. Before my wife and I were married, I had not seen the 5-year-old girl that is now my stepdaughter. So she came out of her apartment where her and her mother lived. She ran into my arms, and this is the poem that came to me. Circles. In circles we go, where we meet, turning, laughing, talking. Unstoppable we touch each other's faces, entwining, giggling, hugging, until we are dizzy, so we do not stop. All the rest is too much, all the rest is waiting, looking, hoping, praying to steal. One more moment to fly into a spin, we go crying, loving, dancing.